All right, everyone. So peace. Welcome to the Herbalist Lounge, July 2025. And tonight's topic is herbal crafting. So we're happy to have you here. We're ready to get into things and share about all kinds of herbal crafts. So if you're new to the Herbalist Lounge, please mute your mic when you're not speaking. That's just to simply eliminate background noise. But this is not a class or a lecture. It's a cipher. We all come here to share information and build with one another. So at any time, feel free to unmute yourself and speak up. And then also feel free to, get it popping in the chat. All right. Your facilitators for this evening are myself, Martina, and then we also have...
Peace, this is Asia. I'm joining y'all from Washington in the car right now. Woo, 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 woo.
And this is Lanita. Where am I? Oh, I'm in Texas today.
And I'm in Florida. Martina's in Florida, by the way, y'all. So yeah, we represent in different coasts and regions. And we got, who else we have on the line? If y'all want to go ahead and shout yourself out and tell us where you're representing. And then we're going to get into these herbs as well, what herbs we're building with tonight or that we've been resonating with lately as well. I would love to hear that, but go right ahead. Who else we have?
It's Sharonda from New Jersey by way of Florida.
Hi. Anyone want to share some herbals that we got going on? What herbs are resonating with us right now?
I've been lemon balm mode. That's like, I don't want to say nature's Ozempic, but it's really been helping me out. Like, I just feel more relaxed. So I've been doing hibiscus. My favorite hibiscus. It's always a staple, cinnamon and cloves and orange peels, but lemon balm has really um been in the top 5 every morning for the last 2 weeks. Oh, and I just got over the vid, so I made my own little concoction of teas. But lemon balm has really just settled my belly, but just really has been a feel good tea for me in the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
Happy recovery. Glad you're recovering from that.
Yes, thank you.
Mm.
Hey, this is Larry from Texas.
Peace, Larry.
Hey, y'all. It's always been the same thing for me. Hibiscus and the cloves and cinnamon, and I use the orange peel honey.
Wait, you're just gonna slide in the orange peel honey?
Uh-huh.
Like that's nothing. I like, oh, I just put the orange peel honey in. Okay. Excuse
Okay, orange peel honey.
Mm-hmm.
Larry, you starting stuff. Orange, I gotta Google. I hate to go to Google. I need to find this in one of my herbals. I don't want to Google it. Orange peel honey. Okay.
You need to tell us how that was made.
I had a teacher, but I forget the recipe already. I'm gonna have to look that person up so they can share it.
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
well, just share it with us when you find out.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all.
Well, I got to Texas and I saw my girls looking at me. It's some brown-eyed Susans all around me. So, it's a full moon. It was time to go get them roots. Got them roots soaking in some nice rum so that I can have some tincture. And I'm sipping on some white hibiscus with apple slices.
Refreshing.
It is.
All right. So I'm over here in Florida. Let me stop. What's looking at me without eyeballs? No, but lemongrass has been in my world these past 3 weeks now. So I've just been building with lemongrass in so many different ways. Cooking, teas, the tops, all the way down to the shoots. Oh my goodness. Lemongrass essential oils while I sip the tea. And it's just really, really been holding it down. Also separating it and because it's been growing so much, so profusely, just with all this summer rain coming down here. So lemongrass, lemongrass, lemongrass.
Martina, are you in like South Florida, Mid Florida, uh, North Florida? What area?
Central Florida.
So Central, like Orlando, Central Florida,
Right in dead in the center, right in the middle.
right in the middle. Okay, okay,
Right
so
outside of Orlando. Yep.
okay, lemongrass. Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Ginger is always, one of my ones, but being up here, I'm seeing a lot of members of the carrot family, and I haven't gotten to zero in on this herb just yet, but it looks like yarrow from afar. So, yarrow is one of my favorites. I mean, I'm a herbalist, so a lot of stuff is one of my favorites. But yarrow, I really, really, really like yarrow. And anytime it's around me or, it's calling to me, it just, I don't know. I like what it does. So yarrow is resonating with me right now.
Beautiful. All right. So before we dig deeper, we want to definitely set the stage and give thanks to our ancestors, our plancestors, the ones that set the stage for our beautiful existence here, and our community, you all, us, everyone that makes it possible for us to have this cipher. So thank you, and may we continue to do this beautiful work. All right, y'all. So let's dig into the topic. We kind of scratched the surface already. We're already talking about orange peel honey and all kinds of zesty ginger and apple slices added to our brews. So, herbal crafting, what does it mean to you? Let's start off there, because herbal craft, that can mean different things to different people. So, what comes to mind when you hear the phrase herbal crafting?
Definitely think of, just using herbs like when you say herbal crafting, like kind of like what we talked about in a previous conversation, I always think of Lanita, number one, because she's like the herbal crafting queen. But also, I think of like you were mentioning lemongrass, like how can we weave together lemongrass and dry it out? Or, can we make some other things with the lemongrass? I also think about like when I was in Hawaii and we made banana paper out of the tree trunks, of the banana. So just all different types of things, just using herbs and plants to either make something fun, fashionable, practical, really cool. I mean, it could be a number of things, or even, for food too.
But Asia, you mentioned Hawaii. You forgot the most popular thing that Hawaii is known for, Lay's.
Of course.
And I don't mean potato chips.
Yes, yes. Man, they have all kind of lays too. You are absolutely right on that one.
Nice. I love all that. And Asia, I always, whenever I like work with lemongrass, I think about you. So obviously, I've been thinking about y'all for these past 3 weeks because I've been working with it. But I always remember how you used to make those beautiful lemongrass bundles when you were in Hawaii and send them over in the boxes and stuff. So lemongrass, lemongrass, yes, yes, yes. I think you even made a lemongrass spray. Did you make like a refresher
hmm
spray? Yeah.
What was it? Was it lemongrass and chill? And it was for like I forgot which box we put that in. Or was it Virgo and chill? And it smelled like lemongrass. That's what it was, Virgo and chill. Because we wanted the Virgos to chill out a little bit.
Over analyzing everything. Just chill out. Y'all got this.
hmm
Yes, yes, yes. Nice.
Well, when I think of herbal crafting, I'm always looking for ways like how many different ways can I use one herb or how, what I can use around me. And what besides taking it internally, they have to have other purposes too. And then, what can I use it for when it's dry, when it's not in an edible form? Then what's left? Or another right here now I'm in Texas and we have a thing called Johnson grass. Johnson grass is just rude. I mean, it's like 6 feet tall. The cows can't eat it. The animals can't eat it because it's toxic to them. So you have all this grass, and most people say, you can't do nothing but just burn it down. But I'm like, it's got to be something you could do with it. So, trying to find something useful because I know as a people, we used everything. Everything around us was nothing went to waste. And with the Johnson grass, I find that you can make it into mats or baskets just like you do sweet grass. You just have to work with it, while it's green, when it's good and, flexible. But yeah, you can make crafts. Crafts can be something useful, it can be something decorative, it can be anything so that we don't waste what we're being given, the gifts that we are being given.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I like that, Lanita, how you frame that and put that in perspective.
Absolutely. Hmm. So when I think about herbal crafting, y'all, I literally think about like everything that you guys said. It's to me, herbal crafting is crafting with nature. It's like the OG, the original gangster at architectural blueprints. I think about birds and their nests, how they utilize different things from nature, like twigs and leaves. I think of leaf cutting ants, different species of insects like bees that make these massive and immaculate and sometimes geometrically perfect structures from materials from the earth, and these same things that they use to house themselves, they use it cleverly to be able to protect themselves, protect their young ones, even if it's something like coating their nests with resin from trees to deter insects or to possibly do the opposite and attract certain things, right? So herbal crafting for me may be attraction through scents, utilizing different smells and resins in the oils that I use, or the oils come from the fatty oils in certain seeds. So we're once again crafting with nature and herbs. For me, the inspiration definitely comes from nature because us as people, we definitely craft. Like I think about the beautifully woven baskets, um, like sometimes Johnson grass, sweet grass, and pine needles, and et cetera, et cetera. And I just look to nature, like just go outside, look at a tree, especially in the springtime, or like right now when mating season's high or it's nesting time. You can see where we get the inspiration from. And it's just something that's always been here. And also, I also think about the different papyri, the medicinal papyri, y'all, from ancient Egypt. Like Asia, you mentioned paper out of banana. Um, and I think about just utilizing the papyrus or the papyri to make paper. And now I'm going down the rabbit hole, thinking of ways to make ink and dyes and food and just everything, hair cream, help us from being ashy. So it is basically every single thing that nourishes us in this world on this earth. That's what herbal crafting. That's what comes to mind when I hear that.
Martina, you got a picture up here of a honey locust thorn.
Absolutely,
And
yes.
most people think of honey locust thorn as like a pain, it's something to be getting to get rid of and not something that is useful. But those thorns are so strong You can use them for needles. A lot of people use them for the Native Americans used to use them for doing their indigenous leather work, using that as an awl, putting the holes in the leather or using it as a needle. And I sanded it down and used it as a needle, and it's very effective. So something that people see as totally useless and just painful to have around, something to get rid of, it actually can be effective. So that's thinking out of the box of what we can do with all of the plant life around us.
Absolutely. Yeah, that needle was pretty serious, and that where that picture comes from, Blackland Ranch on your land.
Mhm.
And when we saw that and took that picture, you were just coming up with a billion trillion ideas of what to do with it or what you've already have done with it, right? And it also makes
Right.
me think of the agave that also has that pointy tip, but when you take the thorn off, it's attached to the fiber, so it has like a little piece of thread on it as well, right? Which is really
Mm.
cool. So it's like nature's needle and thread. And you made me think of tattooing and piercing.
Mhm.
Not that I'm trying to do all that, but with them needles right now, it looks a little painful. Are we gonna talk about some herbal sedatives real quick first? You guys better put me on some hallucinogens, and then we'll be okay. That's herbal crafting as well. Craft my needles right now. Anything
uh,
else to
Yesterday I
add?
saw someone with coconut earrings on. And I was like, oh, are those earrings made out of wood? She said, no, these are coconut shells. And I'm like, man, you can use everything. There's nothing that goes to waste. And they were beautiful, just nice shells. And they had stained them and burned little designs in there. Like, wow, wish I had a thought of that.
You make me think of the gourds, how you can make so many things out of
Oh,
gourd.
yes.
Oh my goodness. Like, what are some things that you can make out of gourds, guys? Come on. Um, Instruments. In Puerto Rico, they have the guiro with the little comb. I have one of those. Give me some more instruments. The chakere.
In Africa, it's the Shekere.
Yeah. Um, I have a purse made from a calabash that I got from Jamaica. It's so cute too. What else?
In Guinea, they cut up the gourds like little slices and put a hole in them, and
Mhm.
they put them on a V-shaped stick, and they use it like a Morocco. And those things are loud, really loud.
Mm,
Birdhouses.
birdhouses, apparently, right? Lenita put us onto that
Yeah.
recently, which makes sense. Mm.
Bowls and water carriers.
Water carriers.
Yes.
If you're into anime, in Naruto, you have Gaara. He has a big old calabash on his back filled with sand, and that's one of his weapons.
Yes.
And yes, I cosplayed Gaara one year, and yes, I did not find I did not find a gourd that big to put on my back, but I had one. I had a whole bunch of them. Okay.
Oh, actually, a beautiful instrument made out of the big gourds is a kora. If you like kora music.
Oh yeah, those are
Yeah.
beautiful. Look at that. Music, fashion, a little bit of everything.
Oh, I
Some
went to a
instruments.
restaurant yesterday and the lady was using a gourd that I had made as a tip jar.
Mm, okay. Okay. I'm gonna put some
Hey, it
seeds
hold
in
money.
there. I'll put some seeds in there for a tip. Let's talk about the picture. What other picture we have up here, Lanita? The black eyed Susan is pictured with some pokeberries. What were we doing with that? Because we weren't using it to drink or make tinctures.
Mm-mm. The black-eyed Susan is a very good dye. You just have to put a stabilizer on the fabric first to get it to absorb the fabric, the dye, and you can use that as a dye. We tried the pokeberries as a dye too, but I think the one thing that we didn't do is we didn't pre-soak the fabric before we did it.
Mm-hmm.
But the pokeberries are known to be used as a dye.
Yes. What do we use as a stabilizer? So for people who are interested in dyeing, using plants to dye, Lanita, can you break down the science a little bit? It's don't worry, y'all, it's real simple. But important.
Yeah, I actually don't remember what it was, but I think it was is baking soda
We
that
use
you soak
vinegar
the
too.
yeah, to soak the fabric in before, which makes it it will make the dye stay on there. Because we also used some, let me see, the black-eyed Susan. Oh, hibiscus. Hibiscus is a great dye, but you're not going to get the color that you think you're going to get. It's a beautiful red, but when you put it in as a dye, it turns blue, bluish purple. But yeah, you have to put something on the fabric to stabilize it first. But don't quote me on that if it's baking soda or milk, but it's one of those that you have to soak the fabric in first.
We have a good question in the chat. I don't know if you have experience with this, Lanita, but what about dye for the hair?
Yeah, you can use Fudin, not, I'm sorry, wrong country. Uh, henna. Henna is what you would call it here. The henna is very good for dyeing the hair, and it strengthens the hair. So you have to be careful when you use it as a dye because you can't use it too often because it'll make the hair actually hard, brittle, and it'll break. So you just dye it with it. But henna makes a beautiful dye. And you'll see if you ever see any old Indians with red beards, because when the hair is gray, the henna sticks really good. And you'll see them with the as they start washing it, it'll be black when they start, but after they start washing it, it starts turning red. But henna is an excellent dye.
Henna's good. What about indigo? Have you ever used indigo? I know that one's like a dark black blue color. I've never used it, but I know some
No,
people.
I've never
So
used it. I've seen the process of it, but I have never done it myself because that is really an art.
okay. I've also heard of walnut hull, which I know is very, very dark. Now, using it in here, I have not, but I do use walnut hull and I infuse it in oils and it makes, it turns your salves very, very dark. Um, so something to look into. I know there's a lot of different ways to utilize plants and hair dye. You just got to find what's right for you. And then I love the fact that you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned how you use it because for certain people, you got to be careful. It can dry your hair out or
Mm-hmm.
be a matter of the way you're using it. So, okay. Nice. Lovely, lovely. All right. So the next slide here is I put this together. It's just herbal crafting ideas because let's face it, when we think about herbal crafts, we also think about oils, extracts, tea blends, the smoke blends, syrups, every bath soaps in general, anything because isn't working with herbs crafting if you're creating something with it? I feel so. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So here are some other ideas and different ways in which we can craft using herbs.
You spoke of smoke blends. And I have found that I was oh, we were at Mothers for the Earth and people had this smoke blend and I was like, oh, that's real good, but I don't smoke. Can I drink it? And I came home and I made the smoke blend that they were smoking and I drank it. And it was a very good tea. It was a it was a very tasty tea, very effective, relaxing tea. So, those herbs can be used in different ways. You can take it, you can ingest it in an infusion, or you can smoke it. Another one that I have growing out here, Life Everlasting. It's used as a smoke. The indigenous people in this area use it as a smoke for respiratory illnesses. So it's very helpful. And if you're into hape, you can make a hape out of it. For the English word for hape is snuff. You make it, you use the Life Everlasting, a little bit of tobacco, and then some I put mint in, and then you snuff a little bit of powder up your nose, and it's very clearing. It clears the head, and you can get, if you like meditation, it's really good for that. So that's one thing that Life Everlasting is used for, not as like a medicinal tea or herb. It's used as a smoke.
And that's herbal crafting. You see how you took a smoke blend and
Hmm.
you drink it.
Right.
Then you can also snuff the herbs if that's what's
Hmm.
needed. So
Hmm.
it's bending and being flexible to what your needs are too. I love that. I absolutely love that. Mm-hmm. Right. Also here on the list, I see some herbal bath soaks and steams. So we talked about snuffing, smoking. Let's talk about some steaming, some different ways.
The
Yes.
what?
Steaming.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
steam.
steamy. I was
Wait.
just about to say, Asia, didn't you make lavender sachets?
Yes. But
Okay.
yeah, but even with the steaming too. So I mean there's many different ways to steam, right? So depending on which area you're trying to steam, so you could have a cold or some nasal congestion, you're trying to clear the pathways, right? So that you can breathe better. So you can make a steam that way and then, like put it in a pot or a bowl and then put that towel over your head and inhale that steam. So you could use eucalyptus or lavender. You can use all kind of peppermints, all kind of mints, just different things for the nasal passageway.
Orange
Um,
peels.
orange pills, you can. You really can. That's some
Hmm.
good stuff too.
Yeah.
If you're trying to steam your skin, your face, just in general, to open up those pores, you can do that too. Like I like to use I'm trying not to say the word diffuser because that's not what it is. A dehumidifier or
Hmm.
humidifier, and put essential oils in there, even though sometimes you ain't supposed to. But I try not to use the stronger ones, so that you can utilize the steam in that way, which that works too. You can do yoni steaming as well. So, you can get that pot, boil that water, and then you can either squat or, put it in your chair with a hole in it, and then you can steam like that. So essentially, you're opening up passageways and pores and different things, so that whatever's in there, the impurities can either, drain out, drain down. However, but you're trying to open the door so things can come through and things can exit.
Lean back.
To
You
put
make
it
me think of
nicely.
that song. Lean back.
Hey.
Or forward. Help.
Hey, hey.
Yes, that sounds good. You came in at the right time, Asia. I love how that just aligns. Yes. Asia
Yes.
coming through with the steaming knowledge. I love it. Um, and I can't help it, but when I think of sachets or sachets, however you want to say it, I think about you too, Asia, like those lavender ones. Oof.
Hmm.
In the Muslim bags, just filled
Mm.
with all kinds of goodies and stuff. Herbal dream pillows. I also think about how we went
Mm.
and got that mugwort under the moon at nighttime
Mm.
to put under our pillows on our tents when we were doing
Yes.
our program to see what kind of dreams we would have. And yes, we did have all kinds of dreams
Ooh. Oh
and
my.
visions.
Oh.
So
Martina, you just oh my Martina.
Yes.
If you know what you know, that's the dream I had. I'm living that dream now. Oh, that's
See?
funny.
Ooh, yes.
Whoa.
Talk about alignment, baby. Talk about
I
alignment.
forgot all about that. Oh, wow.
All because of a
Nice.
bitter herb. Can I just put that out there?
I mean, I love the bitters. I do have love for the bitters, you
Is this Asia
know.
I'm talking to? This
This
is like
this this is Asia.
the reborn Asia.
Asia lavender lady yes, Asia.
Um,
Yes, I have love for the bitters, but you know, it's the bitters that I have to get to know. That's what it is.
mm.
The ones I don't know, I'll be like,
Oh man.
And to know how to use them so
yes.
that
Mm,
they aren't so objectionable, because I recently had experience with neem, and
Mm.
neem is very bitter. I was trying to use neem as a tooth powder, for toothpaste, because of all of its antimicrobial features, but it's very bitter. But if you put the neem in your tooth powder, and use an essential oil to flavor it, like a peppermint essential oil, then the neem isn't so bad. I've recently been using neem as a facial, and just put some aloe vera gel in neem, put it in a blender, and you make a paste with it. You don't want to get it too close to your mouth because you can taste it, but it's not so bad. And oh my gosh, you look so good when you take it off. And if you really want to look pretty, put some neem, aloe vera, and honey. And when you take that off, you're ready for a Miss America pageant.
And
what
she
kind
is
of
telling the truth,
wait,
y'all.
what kind of pageant now? What kind of pageant? I didn't catch
Miss
that.
America.
Okay, we out there now. Shoot, let me go get some.
Mhm. Yeah, look, she is telling the truth because Lanita sent before and after pictures, and I was like, girl,
You was glowing. Oh yeah, I remember the
girl.
pictures.
Mm.
Okay, so we're talking about the face, the teeth. Can we talk a little bit about the hair care too? Um,
Oh,
'Cause we've had
yes.
some really good conversations these past few months about herbal hair care, and that is definitely herbal crafting. Um, Lanita, your hair has just grown so beautifully and so long. Every time you send us a picture or every time we see you, it's like your hair grows an inch or two.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorite things to use for herbs? What are your favorite hair care things to blending with herbs? That even makes sense right now. I'm sipping my tea, y'all.
Well, right now I'm using a spray just to moisturize the hair, Jamaican black castor oil with jojoba oil and water. And that is so great for the scalp. It is great. You see how my hair is growing, is lengthening, and even places where the hair, because we wear head wraps all the time, it wears the hair out around the front of your face. Using that spray, I have so much hair growing back in. When I went to get my locks tightened, the loctician was making new locks for me out of the hair that was growing back. But that's from that Jamaican black castor oil and jojoba oil.
Okay. My daughter swears by that for the eyelashes too, y'all. She's like, it
Yeah.
makes my
They say
eyelashes
castor oil
long.
is one of the main things
Mhm.
for eyelashes.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
I agree with that one. I've only been growing my locks for I think 3 years, and the last year I've been making like rosemary in my hibiscus and clove with
Mm-hmm.
coconut oil, grapeseed oil, and the jojoba oil, and then I make a moisturizer with. Oh, it's thundering here, so I'm sorry. You know that was that Floridian coming out like, oh, you got to get under the bed. I'm sorry. Um, hibiscus, cloves, and I have like fresh roses, and I'll let them soak overnight and take the rose water, make my own, like my own, just like a plain rose water, and in a spray bottle with a little either grapeseed oil or jojoba oil, and spray on my locks. And I'm getting like inches over here. And I was like, okay, I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
my little learning how to do a little, a little something, something over here.
I see you. I see you
Mm-hmm.
over there. Okay. And you know what I love about it? You can
Another thing
compare.
too, in the summertime for the locks, I don't like to wash mine often, so I have a lock refresher, and you just put a little bit of peppermint essential oil, a couple of drops of lemon oil in water, and spray your hair. And the lemon oil gets rid of any bacteria that may be on your scalp, any oil buildup, and the peppermint just gives your hair that fresh so it doesn't smell like sweat and stuff like that. So that's a nice little craft to use too. I mean, a little hair thing to use too.
That's a good one, especially if you sweat, if you work
Hmm.
outdoors, or if you work out, because that's a big thing, you know. You don't want to wash
Yes.
your hair all the time because it dries your hair out, but it sometimes if you're
Right.
working out every day or you work outside like me and you're sweating all the time, you have to, clean. So you can clean with oils, and I love that
Hmm.
with the essential oils infused with the fatty oils to clean. That's a good idea. Mhm.
And hibiscus with fenugreek and aloe vera, or we've also learned that you can use hibiscus, fenugreek, and okra.
Mhm. Okra all day, all up in that hair. We use okra for the little baby edges. My daughter has to little baby edges and swirls on the edges. She goes all in, but put a little bit of okra on there. Shoot.
Nice.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, AG, your gel. Was it seed, some kind of seed gel?
Flaxseed gel?
Flax, yes, that stuff works good.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Hmm.
Um, let's see, we did skin. Did we do skin?
Mm-mm, we did not do skin. And the cool thing is, a lot of the stuff that we mentioned for the hair, I love how you can also use it for the skin, like for
The skin.
moisturizing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's so beautiful when you work with these natural herbs and stuff. You can use it for multiple things. Skin. So what about fungal infections? I know we talk about that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Tea tree infused oils. What's the black walnut hull oil and the usnea lemongrass essential oil infused into like a carrier oil, like olive oil. Those are really good. Um, what were you talking about recently, Lanita, for sweat rash or
Oh, that was
something?
Senna alata.
Senna alata. There you go. Because I love
Yeah,
Senna
fungus.
alata. So if you do have Senna alata growing, which look it up if you're not familiar with the plant, because if you're in Florida, it grows everywhere out here. I'm not really sure about Texas. Probably, yeah, it grows a lot in Texas too, right, Lenita?
No, I brought it. I
Okay,
mean, up here, I'm in Northeast Texas, so it didn't grow, but I brought it and it will grow. So
okay,
it did grow here.
okay. So it
Beautiful
might start
plant,
popping up.
beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, you can
But
make.
it's great. It's a great antifungal.
Mm-hmm.
And also they use it for as a poultice, too. You can use it as a poultice, as a paste, however you want to. It works.
And pastes are really nice. Thinking
Hmm.
about if you have children where they're barefoot, like we had a birthday party this weekend and they had one of those giant water slides, and whoo, that thing smelled like feet, y'all. So you don't want to take away all the fun and be like, you guys can't participate, or like the martial arts gym, it smells like feet up in there. You be looking at people's toes, like, I know we over here doing martial arts, but some people need to go ahead and put some socks on with their toes. So yeah, the powders are amazing afterward, just as a protectant. Even if there isn't an infection, I'm like, you know what? Go
Hmm.
ahead and rub and moisturize our feet with some tea tree infused oil or
Hmm.
whatnot. So good preventative measures, and then just also upkeep with the powders. And Lanita does make powders for that as well. And some of these things that we mentioned, they're not just great for fungal infections of the skin. They can be good for things like eczema, but eczema is different in everyone. So, but these different powders, you can utilize those as well with things like clay, bentonite clay, and different types of clay. You can powder herbs and mix those.
Nettles.
Oh, nettles. Oh yeah. Asia, ertification. You remember that? Which is like nettles, stinging nettles have little hairs on them, so they can sting. But apparently, there's something called ertification. People would just take a bunch of nettles plants and just beat you with it. The way to cleanse and detoxify it brings blood to the surface.
Yes, that's the people with herbal kinks. Yeah, I'm just joking, but yes.
Oh my goodness. Else, there's just so much. There's so many things that herb is just so amazing for. We talked about herbal snuffs, smokes, steams, hair care, skin.
Herbs are so versatile. I love it.
Ooh, we can use pine needles have a multi-purpose too. What are some of the things you can use pine needles for?
Craft, weaving, baskets.
Yeah.
Making brooms. We made brooms out of them. Needle tea, tinctures.
And pine cones are really useful for home decor.
Bird feeders.
Here also we have the horse apples from the bodark tree. The horse apples are fantastic to put around in your garage or in your if you have a place where you keep your pet food, you put that down and it keeps spiders and mice away.
Nice.
And people used to cut it up and put it in there. They would put it, I guess, when everybody wore pantyhose, but they put it in a piece of pantyhose and put it in your drawers in your dresser or whatever, and it would keep moths from getting into your clothes. So, very beneficial. Nothing goes to waste.
Can't leave out natural cleaning products. I mean, come on.
Yes.
I know all of us have that spray bottle. If anything, it's just water and a couple droplets of some type of essential oil to wipe off the counters or just to clean different things.
And that water and essential oil is coming clutch. You got ants. It'll take care of those ants.
Flies.
It'll take care of
Give me that
mosquitoes
bottle.
on you.
Right. Give me that bottle. Let's fly. We just start spraying all around, messing with his mind, and then his navigation gets weak. Yep. It's warfare with that bottle. You're right about that. Everything's all good till you accidentally spray one of your children in the eye. No.
Oh no.
Oh goodness. We have a question in the chat from Fatima. Peace Fatima says, what keeps spiders away again? Lanita, can you reiterate that again? That what you use to keep
Horse
spiders?
apples. They're called there's another technical name for it, but I really don't know that everybody here call them horse apples. It's the fruit of the bodark tree, of bois d'arc. And you just cut them open and put it down, and it keeps spiders away. Anybody work with bamboo? Do anything with bamboo?
You? You, Lanita?
Yeah, y'all know I like to play with everything. Nothing goes to waste around me.
What about some culinary crafting? Hmm? Get y'all to share some culinary crafts. We already talked about orange peel honey. You got herbal salts. Mmm. Special types of butters.
I think Asia gave us a recipe before. I think it was like garlic and something. It was
Mm,
used. What was it using? Garlic and something.
um, garlic and mullein ear oil? I don't know. I use that.
There you go.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. That's it.
Okay,
Asia's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like I like garlic, but yeah, for ear infections and that's something that y'all can find on the shelves too, but you can make it at home. So you just
Hmm.
take some garlic and you pierce it, you could dice it up. You take some mullein leaf, you could take some flowers too, and then you could put it just in some regular olive oil if you want to, and then you let
Hmm.
it sit. So, or you can make like one of the a warm infusion. So
Hmm.
uh, the way that I do it is basically I'll grind a whole bunch of stuff up, make it as small as possible so you can have the largest surface area as possible. So that means that uh, more of the herb is being absorbed into the oil, which is great. Um, and so I'll take that and a lot of times I don't measure. So for I'm gonna give you the recipe in which I don't measure on this time, but there are ways in which you measure and you use a lot less oil and a lot less herb, which is, in my opinion, can be more effective. But since I don't have those measurements, I'm gonna just give you what I got. So you chop all that up, you make it the smallest that you can. So like I said, garlic and mullein leaf flour, and then you'll put in some olive oil. I usually take that, put it in a mason jar all together, and then I'll put in a hot water bath, like very low simmering. So I'll use like a crock pot, and put it in there for 4 hours, and then shake it, and then let it sit for another 12 hours, and it's ready to use. So that's how I do it when I'm, heating things up. Or, if you don't need it right now, you know that maybe you're going to encounter ear infections maybe in the winter time and you want to make it now. You can start, just put all that stuff in a mason jar, some olive oil, fill it to the top. You could put that baby outside. Uh, I don't know, maybe 3 days, maybe a week, shake it up. And once the colors of the oil has changed to where you can see that the herb has, been spent, then it's ready and you can drain the herbs out of the oil and then you can use it for the winter. You can just store it. So keep in mind the the shelf life of the herb as well too. So I say what, a 6 month time frame, but you have to know which oil you're dealing with as well. So that's how I use it.
Asia, do you think that'll work on swimmer's ear too?
I haven't tried it on swimmer's ear. It's worth a try, but I because I haven't tried it, I can't completely say.
Okay. But it sounds like it should. You can use
Mm.
in New Orleans they call olive oil sweet oil. They use sweet oil for everything. Sweet oil for ears, sweet oils for blessing, sweet oil, you name it. That's what they use it for.
I've used it for swimmer's ear. I mean, I have that on deck with my children for years.
Yeah.
And I use Twiggy mullein, which is a different um type of mullein that we have out here that's native in Florida versus the Verbascum thapus. But I use the flowers and the mullein and the garlic with the olive oil, like Asia said, same way. And ear aches of all sorts, as long as the ear is not punctured, it's great for earaches, water stuck in there. And a lot of the times their ears were aching because yes, it was, swimming season and we'd be at the pool a lot. So um it can really help. And sometimes it's just that warm oil. If you didn't have time or you don't have mullein and garlic, even just the warm olive oil by itself
Mm-hmm.
can be helpful. So don't forget, just olive oil is also medicinal. It's an herb.
Um, we were talking about onions and it made me think about potatoes. I don't know how the two came up, but I've seen some really beautiful potato paintings. Have any of y'all ever done
Mm.
potato painting?
Potatoes and apples, yes.
Oh, you can do it with apples too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you can press them and oh, you unlocking memories now, Lanita. Yeah, you can certainly press those out. You good. Like
Mhm.
make all kind of star shapes and stuff. Go ahead, Lanita, because I know you were gonna continue with your thought.
No, no, no. I was just saying, I remember just doing that, and it was, it's like a fun craft, especially if you're thinking about stuff to do with your kids over the summer. You got kids home for the summer, potato painting, and using those kind of starchy vegetables is like kind of fun for something to do.
Mhm. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I'm trying to remember what other herbs. I mean, of course, I don't know if you talked about it. You probably did already, Martina. I know I had to, I was kicked out for a little bit, but pressing the plants and making those uh plant prints.
No, we haven't talked about that at all.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. I mean, in addition to the potato, stamping and painting and, just different herbs that have those distinctive shapes, you can, take stuff and dip it in paint and press it, or you can actually just press the plant. So, I'm gonna let you take that one away, Martina, because you do a beautiful job with your pressed plants.
Well, since you're pressing me over here, I guess I'll share.
Hey.
Hey. um, whew. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I just press plants anywhere I go. I carry around a press plant kit, which basically is two pieces of wood and sheets of cardboard and paper with straps. I take it with me when I travel the world, literally. I took it with me to Blackland Ranch out in Texas, and the funny thing is, you can press plants in Asia knows, you can press them in books. Sometimes something may catch your eye, and you're like, you know what, I want to press that leaf, but I don't have anything. Just be creative. You can press plants in pretty much anything you want. But there is a science to it. Plants can be peculiar. So if you have plants that have intricate parts or may prevent you from pressing or closing hopefully this makes sense, pressing the pages together tightly, you may have some issues with it. But at the end of the day, when you play around with it, you figure it out. But let me give you an example. Passion flower. I don't know if people are familiar with passion flower, but it has a lot of different parts, right? The stamen and the pistils, they pop up. Um, it has a lot of twirly parts in its petals. When you press plants like that, sometimes you might want to dissect. So having little tools are useful, like small scissors. I have small scissors, I have tweezers. And tweezers are nice as well because when you pick plants, respectfully, of course, they'll start to shrivel up. And with certain plants, with higher water content, especially, you want to make sure that you allow them to kind of dry out a little bit before you press them because they can mold in the paper. But outside of all those different things, the more you press and you play around with it, my children do it all the time. You figure it out, you learn through the process. I'll never forget one time I pressed some roses, beautiful, beautiful roses, and they got really moldy. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I should have let them dry out a little bit, but you can put weights and let them air out on a counter before you press them between two surfaces and keep them tightly together. So, you know, a little bit of creativity goes a long way. And once they're pressed, you can do so many different things with them. I like to press them and make different types of ancestral collages. Um, I press them between glass frames. That's one of my favorite things to do. I go to thrift stores and I find old glass frames. Sometimes I'll just find a glass frame with a picture in it and I take it out and I just use it and repurpose the frames. And sometimes the frames are made of wood or you can make them your own yourselves. You can use resin. One thing I really like about resin is it preserves color, because if you press plants and you store them between glass, a lot of times the color will fade. So preserving them in resin really helps save the color. Also, when you press it against the glass, you can use what is it called? Mod Podge, to make different collages and designs on the glass. I mean, there's infinite things you can do. You could, like Asia mentioned, you can make stamps out of different plant parts, right? Like a potato, slice it in half, acorns. Possibilities are infinite when it comes to pressed plants. One thing that was very sentimental for me was when my dad had his celebration of life last year. We got so many flowers, so many flowers. So one of the things that I did was I saved every single bouquet that was sent to us, and I pressed every single flower, every leaf, every plant, and I made little pressed art with my dad's photos, and I made that for family members and thank you gifts. So that was a way, like if you have special occasions, people give flowers, right? For weddings, celebrations of lives, funerals, transitions, birthday parties. Flowers, and plants are big, and they're very expensive when you go to flower shops, unless you're like me and you make your own floral arrangements. But you know, it's a beautiful thing to be able to preserve them and repurpose them into art. So yeah, you can make jewelry out of them as well. I make little resin art, um, little earrings and stuff and pendants or whatnot. So possibilities are infinite. Just go wild with your creativity, and you know, you'll get creative and learn new techniques as you go along. And it's one thing I want to say about it for me, I enjoy it so much. It's healing, like to work with the plants. And I like to make collages with plants and people or different types of pictures. And as I'm working with the two, I think of like symbolism, like what does the rose mean to me, or this sunflower, why would I want to use a ginkgo biloba leaf? Like what is the meaning behind this? So for me, it's a way, it's something that's very healing and relaxing for me.
Um, my grandson was away from home for a while, and he was in the fall. They had these beautiful maple leaves, and when the leaves change colors, you know, they have this like green, yellow, and a little red all on the leaf. Um, they press the leaves, and then after they put the decoupage on it, put it in a picture frame, and then put like little Christmas lights around the frame, and he was able to use that as a night light. So it was something, you know, that he was proud of, that he had made, plus it was comforting for him because he had a night light now.
I love that.
Yeah, we can press everything.
Absolutely. We sure can. Hmm. All right. Does anybody else have any other type of herbal crafting ideas and or things they would like to add to the bill this evening?
Someone asked if you rinse the potato and eat it after you. Nope, you can't eat it after you use it for painting. Sorry, that potato's gone.
Larry, I can't right now. To really answer that question, sure, why not? Keep us posted. Let us know how it goes. Oh, we gonna use everything. Nothing goes to waste around here.
Yeah.
Fatima says potatoes and onions are one of my favorite combinations. Smoother potatoes. Ooh, now y'all making me hungry over here. See, potatoes and onions and a little bit of garlic. Come on now. Ooh, with a little bit of my homemade barbecue hot sauce from these peppers. Ooh, oh my goodness. I'm hungry right now. But yeah, that sounds good. Thank you, Fatima. And then I lose my appetite thinking about paint on some potatoes, and then Larry's gonna rinse it off and feed it to us. I don't know if we're gonna trust Larry's food, y'all.
Well, technically, if you were dipping the potato in hibiscus, you could eat it afterwards. Might even taste good.
Hey, I'll season it very well. You won't even taste the paint.
Oh gosh. See, I thought we were talking about hibiscus. He said the paint. See? Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. All right. Also, don't forget incense cones, smudges and wands, all kinds of stuff. You can make your hand rolled incense, right? Resin. If you got pine trees in your yard or there's resin galore, you can burn that on charcoal. It's one of my favorite things to do. Once I discovered that, I was like, you know what? I love frankincense and myrrh, but since this is locally grown and fresh right here, I definitely started working with pine resin since we have a lot of pine trees here where I live. And there's a lot of
That pine resin is
all over.
strong.
It is so strong and it smells
It
so
is
good. And
strong.
different pine species have different energies too. The longleaf pine is so smooth and it's a beautiful smell. It's refreshing. So yeah, different things to try out here. All right, y'all. All right. Anything else come to mind?
Well, we've given enough herbal crafting ideas to keep y'all busy for the summer.
Absolutely. Bam. Are we ready to talk about upcoming events? Okay. Does anyone have any upcoming events that they would like to share or anything going on in their neck of the woods? Feel free to either drop it in the chat or let us know.
I have a class coming up next month of using the African herbs and how to cook or make drinks with them. It'll be hibiscus buoy, moringa, and white and red hibiscus. So I will, as soon as the date is confirmed, it will be in August. I will give you all the date for that, and it should be a Zoom meeting.
Okay, awesome. That sounds amazing. So we'll
Mhm.
definitely be looking out for that. And in the meantime, Sharonda's going to be doing some crafting this weekend and hopefully sharing with us on the next Herbalist Lounge if Sharonda doesn't decide to take a nap before the Herbalist Lounge, right, Sharonda? And if you do, I ain't mad at you.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna just try the little simple when I shouldn't say the little things. Just really being intentional when I am crafting or when I'm making something, just really being intentional and really enjoying the process of it. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I'm going home at the end of the month, so I'm super excited. Super excited.
Awesome. All right. And interesting enough, we actually have someone coming in toward the end of the Herbalist Lounge, but it's always good to have amazing energy. Welcome to the Herbalist Lounge, Sahat.
Thank you. Thank you.
We just had a beautiful build on herbal crafting, but since you just tuned in and chimed in. Do you have any upcoming events or anything you would like to share? Anything on your mind before we say peace?
I mean, I'm actually doing a presentation tomorrow for some fellowships. These students that are getting into politics, and a couple of them are doing a focus in agriculture, and they're from Africa. So I'm doing a panel presentation on that, which I'm really excited about.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
What part of Africa are they from?
There's one from Kenya and one from Ghana and one from Tanzania.
English speakers.
Yes, yes.
Mhm. Okay. Great.
That's dope. Love it. All right. Well, that sounds exciting. So let me see here. So, Herbalist Lounge on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed, what you're doing? You need to go on YouTube right now, type in Herbalist Lounge, hit subscribe, and all of the Herbalist Lounges, if you miss them or if you just want to share them with somebody or just hit the replay, feel free to do so. Yes. So get on that ASAP. And look what's featured, a rose facial treatment by our lovely Lanita. And yes, Lanita's skin be glowing, y'all. I ain't playing. I'm serious. Every time I see her, her skin be just glowing. Like, what? Share that recipe with me. All right.
And the beauty berries are there too on that slide.
The what?
The beauty berries.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget about the beauty berries. Let me rewind real quick. Oh, beauty berry simple syrup, y'all. I made a beauty berry simple
There
syrup.
you go.
That is divine. So while you're getting your facial, you can be making your little beverage with a little beauty berry simple syrup. Yeah, and then you can, and while you're doing all that, you can listen to the Herbalist Lounge debunking herbal myths. Probably a few years ago or something, but you feel me? That's how we do. We got a lot of goodness for y'all. So go ahead and get on that and share it with a couple of your friends, not one of your friends, a couple of your friends. Why? Because they need it. Even if they don't know they need it, they need it. They need that in their life. Okay. All right. All right. And kitchen medicine making workshop. So we did this medicine making workshop back in 2022, and it is still applicable to today, probably even more so. Like Lanita, Asia, and myself, the three Spice Sisters, we did a 2-day live virtual workshop, and it's recorded, so you get the recordings. There's a workbook, and it has a bunch of great recipes for you to get in the kitchen and make medicine. And when I tell you, we did a lot of different things, everything from like the basics, like syrups, extracts, tinctures,
poultices,
compresses. We also did herbal popsicles. Why would you ever need an herbal popsicle? I'm not going to go into details, but let the mind wander a little bit there. If you really want to know, you need to go ahead and purchase the kitchen medicine making workshop. Okay. You can purchase it online at the address is there. See, this is where Asia usually comes in and just drops it in there, Lanita. I'm gonna try to do so right now. And also the way in which you can subscribe to our mailing list if you're not already, so you can get notifications when we have the Herbalist Lounge. Okay. So I'll work on that, and then hey, we can all just say our pieces and goodbyes to one another. I missed y'all so much, and so good connecting with everybody. All right.
Peace, y'all.
Hey, Sahat, where are you at?
I'm in the DC area.
Oh, DC. Okay.
All right, peace, Larry. Thank you for tuning in. What was I gonna say? Hibiscus love to you, clove love, and definitely stepping it up with that orange honey. I see you out there, Larry. I see you. Okay, we're gonna see what you up to next, Herbalist Lounge. Until then,
I'm getting all the help.
I know that's right. All right,
Peace,
y'all.
y'all.
All right, peace
Blessings, y'all.
and green blessings.